Hello, and I'm here today to talk about responsibility. Responsibility refers to the duty or obligation God's give a person to manage what he has entrusted to them faithfully. Their actions, their relationships, their gifts, and their callings. In other words, being accountable to God for how we live. Deuteronomy 11:26 through 27 reads, I am laying out a blessing and a curse before you. The blessing is if you obey. God doesn't force obedience. He gives people the responsibility to choose. God entrusted things to us and expects us to manage them well. Everyone will answer to God for their actions. The blessings is not random, but flows from living in alignment with God's ways. Your belief won't change until you walk into the experience. You have to choose a different path, even though it's uncomfortable. That's where the real work comes in, not the understanding before the choosing feels natural, secure, or safe. It doesn't feel like what you used to, familiarity, or settling. Going against the familiar will cause pain, but choose it anyway. Faith is just not belief, but obedience in action. What you are giving up is the recognition of an old wound, a familiar pain of a pattern of inconsistency. Patterns reveals truth, a person's character, and their true intentions. Peaks reveals inconsistency. High effort moments might seem impressive, but masking an underlying pattern of inconsistency. When the Israelites left Egypt, they were physically free, but were still emotionally and spiritually shaped by slavery because the years of oppression left wounds called a slave mentality, seeking comforts in submission, allowing others to control their lives. Though God had delivered them, their hearts were still healing. The womb was the heart shaped by slavery and fear. The wilderness had to expose it so they could begin to transform. Freedom requires responsibility. Freedom requires responsible decisions. You can't desire blessing while resisting obedience. God never asked his people to perform. For his love, he asked them to trust him and walk faithfully with what he put in their hands. To cultivate a productive yet independent mindset with dependence solely on him. Every day presents a doorway, blessings or burdens. The choice remains before us. The difference is the directions we choose. And neutrality is still a choice. Amen. Amen.